Hey, welcome. We're at Devoxx US, really excited, and I want to actually show you the exhibit hall where we're going to meet a few customers or sponsors and have a look at a few interesting demos, etc. So come and join me, we'll go into the exhibit floor. So another really important partner is of course the owner, the steward of Java, which is Oracle. And we're really excited to have them here as well and support us. Not only with a booth, but they have like lots of engineers here. I think there are even 20 speakers from Oracle talking at Devoxx US. And they got some very interesting devices demonstrating here as well. Let's have a closer look.
Yeah, it's just like showcasing the
Can we interrupt? You can stay here. So
Hi.
You're on the interview here. So what's going on here? What are you doing here? What it's related with Java and so on? Can you give me a bit more info?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's going on here is the CNC is actually being controlled by the Java web app that's running on Oracle's cloud system.
Okay.
And so what we can do is you can either pull up the web app on your phone or use it here on the tablet. You can make your design and upload it to the CNC machine. That way we could queue it up and have it print out.
Wow, that's really impressive. And is it like, it looks very dangerously, so this was all handmade, or is this something off the shelf? Or?
This is actually an off-the-shelf product. Yeah,
okay.
the CNC machine is just off the shelf.
Wow.
But we were able to integrate it with the...
And is this like an end result, or?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This is an example of what we did with the web app here.
Cool.
And here's several other ones, and like other designs that people have come by and were able to make.
Yeah, so it's like the next level of 3D printing. This is basically carving and.
Yeah, exactly. It's just carving. Exactly.
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, man. So as you can see, in America, it's bigger, biggest. I mean, they have this huge venue here, which we can fill up with lots of sponsors. Another really interesting and one of my favorite sponsors are Tomi Tribe. So let's have a look what they're doing here. And it looks like David Blevins is available. So let's have a closer look. Hey David.
Stephen, how are you?
I'm very good, I'm very good. Don't be nervous.
No, it's fine. Yourself included.
Yeah, exactly. You guys have some really interesting hardware here. Well, first of all, before the hardware, I love Tomi EE. You know, I've been using it for many years.
Yeah, we appreciate you supporting all we've done basically since the beginning. Invite us to Devoxx. We got probably the biggest audience we've ever had.
It's my pleasure.
And yeah, so thank you for being kind of part of the wind beneath our wings, and we really appreciate it.
That's my pleasure. And so can you talk a bit more about what's this hardware? I see all these flickering lights and some really awesome statistics.
Sure. So, well, one of the first things is what we're trying to do is make sure that everybody in the company can develop in a truly highly available fashion. So if you give a developer a laptop, they're going to write systems that run on a laptop. But we need to put them out into the real world where they're dual data center type of things. And so we want all those problems to be flushed out at the beginning of our development process. Yeah. So this is not actually just something that we put at a conference. This is part of what we do. Everybody in the company has this whole stack on their desk.
This is like a data center.
So effectively what we have here is we have data center A, this is London Heathrow, LHR, and then we have Charles de Gaulle, right?
Yes.
And so what here, the top layer is an API gateway. So imagine a mod, rewrite type of base system where you can attach modern security to it.
Wow.
So you can say, this particular route has to be secured by OAuth, or there's a newer kind of a technology that's called HTTP signatures, kind of the Amazon style of security.
Yes.
Then we have two server layers here that are basically enterprise Tomi. And then we have our database layer here. So,
wow.
So we can see all of the traffic going through both the data centers in our dashboard. So here we have the gateway dashboard, and there we have the app server dashboard. And if I basically do this, and I unplug Paris,
server
they went on
outage.
strike.
They do that on many occasions. Yeah.
So Paris went on strike, and we're going to see that all of the system continues to operate, and there are no hiccups, and we're going to see the output in our dashboard as soon as that refreshes.
Wow.
And so what we're trying to do is, accomplish several things all at once. Because of course we rolled Tomi out to customers the very first time, and they went, great. now can you help us with all these other problems?
Yeah, exactly.
And those other problems include monitoring and security primarily.
Okay.
And so what we've done is we've gone basically top to bottom in the jars of bytecode manipulating Tomi, so that we can collect measurements that are happening inside the server, at a bytecode level. So a lot of times when people give you monitoring things, they're saying to you, hey, take this little, plastic booty, put it around your gas pedal, and then I can tell how much gas you're consuming, and they're guessing at the actual amount. That's like very aftermarket,
yes.
right? And so what we do instead is we would go into the actual pooling library and check to see which SQL statements you're executing, how long they take,
Wow.
what user is executing them. So there's some maturity things that we discovered when we first started working with all this stuff was Kibana as a system for showing data works like every visualization is effectively a select statement.
Yeah.
And as you click through the charts, that puts a where's clause on all of these select statements.
Wow.
So the maturity thing, and you can see now Charles de Gaulle has stopped receiving traffic.
Yes.
So that line is empty. And I'll go ahead and plug that back in. And we'll start to see traffic flow through there again. So what we discovered was if you don't have the same set of criteria on all of the data you put in, when you click, say, HTTP 500, most of your charts go blank.
Yeah.
So it's the first inclination of a developer writing monitoring stuff to push the data out to the store immediately. So I've just timed a database query. I must put that in the store now so someone can see it right this second.
Yeah.
But what happens is that when you actually get a call from some other team that are saying, I'm getting 500s from your server, that database query doesn't have 500 on it because you pushed it out before you got to the end of the request. So you click 500, you lose all the things that led to the 500.
Yeah.
And so what we do is basically we take a buffer inside the request, and all the timings that happen that we are concerned about, they go into that buffer. When the end of the request comes in, we stamp on the 500, the username, how long the request took, the bytes of the response and everything, and then all that goes out to the store.
And I see it already picked up here now, right?
Sure.
So it's starting to.
We have the gateway is
include-
effectively imagine mod rewrite with load balancing capability. And like I say, modern metrics. So we first, of course, did all this stuff from a very server perspective, but we discovered pretty quickly that the gateway is actually really, really cool.
So I hear you're very passionate about this.
Sure.
Are you talking about this at Devoxx US on this specific?
In fact, so what I'm talking
because
about
if people
tomorrow,
want more,
what people should do is come to my talk. I'm not talking about the product, but I am talking about security.
Good.
So what we find is the security team has a very hard time talking to the app team. The app team has a very hard time talking to the security team.
Yes.
And when we got into security, we had a customer said, what's your solution for security with that? That's a really good question. And so, being in the specifications for being in part of standards for like 10, 15 years, I know that there are always some people who aren't very happy. So first thing we did was read the specs, saw the names who were on the spec at the beginning and left, contacted them to get a very unbiased perspective. We did that with various specifications.
Okay.
So we're talking about all that tomorrow,
Cool.
showing at architectural level, very abstracted.
So what I'll do, I'll add the notes or the link to your talk so people can actually go in more detail.
Yeah.
But this is really impressive, and I really appreciate your support also for Devoxx US.
Thank you.
And
Thank
always
you so
speaking
much.
at our conferences with some great content. So I appreciate that.
I sweat Java 1 in terms of preparing material, but Devoxx is the one that makes me really nervous. So we're always trying to bring our best.
Thank you very much, David.
Thank you so much.
So one of our long-time sponsors is Atlassian. And
hey, Stefan.
Hi, how are you, man?
I'm well. It's good to see you. Want to have a seat? Shall we chat?
Yeah, let's sit down. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. Lots of standing, lots of talking to customers. So Atlassian has been having a booth here. It's been really great. We're from Coyote Creek, which is a platinum partner of Atlassian.
Okay.
And with the Atlassian stack of products, Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket, HipChat, all of those, it's really a great place for people to come and talk about tools that help them in their development practices.
So I remembered many years ago, Mike Cannon-Brooks,
Yeah.
the co-founder,
Yeah.
he was actually the booth babe at Javapolis
nice.
many years ago. He was
Yes.
like putting Christmas balls on the Christmas tree,
Yes.
and now you guys are like, what, 1,500?
Yeah, the company's grown.
You've gone
quite a bit.
public.
Yep. Yeah, the company's gone public.
It's
so
huge. I
it is.
mean, you guys are like, and you didn't even have like salespeople because like Jira, it sells by itself, right?
Yeah, Jira does sell by itself, and with our platinum partners, they are basically the sales force out in the field.
Yeah.
So, there's just so many great relationships, and here at a developers conference, there's a really great chance to have those conversations with the tools and find out how our customers are using them.
Yeah. And you've always been supporting Devoxx for many years, and I really appreciate that.
Great.
And also very on an original way. I mean, you often like provide the beer at the Java Posse
of course.
podcast
Yes,
and so
right.
on. So they're like guerrilla marketing.
Right. Well,
But-
socks are the new thing now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I saw that.
Right. No more T-shirts. T-shirts are so 2010, right?
Well, thank you very much for your
you.
support. Appreciate it.
Have a good conference.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So this was like a quick round trip of the exhibition floor here at Devoxx US. And this, if it's similar to Javapolis, we had also 750 people at our first edition. This will just grow organically over the years, and I hope you can actually join us in next edition of Devoxx US. I'll see you at the next one.